Hello angels. First off, if you're here because of a breakup, whether it was recent or it's just been lingering in your heart for a while, let me start by saying I see you, I hear you, and I feel you. Because breakups suck. There is literally no sugarcoating it. They rip apart your plans, your routines, and even sometimes your sense of self. And for that, I am genuinely sorry. But as much as I want to wrap you up in love and sympathy, I need you to know something. I'm so freaking excited for you. Because whether you see it right now or not, this is your moment. You've literally just unlocked a whole new level of potential for you to rise, to rebuild, to reimagine your entire life in a completely selfish way that only revolves around you and what you want and how you want to feel and how you want it to look. And I say that completely from a place of experience. Last year I went through one of the hardest breakups of my life. And when I say hardest, it's not just because in that process I lost my boyfriend. I actually lost everything because in my own doing I had attached my entire life to that relationship. So when he decided to break up with me, I lost my home. I lost my future plans that I was putting my life on hold to go on and then do. I lost my savings account because I was living off my savings for the time being, again, putting my life on pause. And if I'm completely honest, throughout that whole relationship and the breakup, I lost who the hell I was. And once the breakup happened, not only was I couch surfing at my friends' houses for a while, and not only was I completely numb because I couldn't figure out which problem to tackle first, I also felt like I completely hit rock bottom. I mean, I'm 29, I have no home, I have no furniture, I have no savings, I have no career, I have no plans. And at the time, I had to take things day by day, but I also had to trust that there was a bigger purpose for all of this. That somewhere further down the line, I'll be able to look back and connect all the dots and go, okay, that's why that had to happen. And as much as I can sit there and be like, it was a complete surprise, the breakup, my intuition knew. I knew that wasn't my forever. I knew I wasn't in the best relationship I possibly could have been in. And not because that person was a bad person, but just because it wasn't destined for it to be a forever long relationship. But now I'm sitting here a year and a half on since the breakup. And I can honestly, hand on heart, say that was the best thing that ever happened to me. After the breakup, I went super focused on taking it day by day, but also healing and allowing the emotions to come up and allowing them to process through me. But also, I really wanted to get very clear on what it was I wanted out of life. Because if I was being honest with myself, I wasn't living a life authentic to me. I was doing that for someone else, which led me on this quest to come back home to myself. And in that quest, I decided, I got this intuition hit where it was like, book a trip to Bali. I'd never been, I didn't know anything about it, and I didn't know anyone that was there. But at the time, it felt like a pull, like a visceral pull to go there, at least for a couple of weeks. You know, my life was pretty much up in the smoke anyway, so why not figure it all out on a beach in Bali? And little did I know that ticket would change the trajectory of the rest of my life. Because I'm still on that holiday. I didn't leave Bali. In fact, I moved here. It wasn't planned, it just happened. Everything just kind of fell into place, and it was like, okay, I'm meant to be here. I met people who I love so freaking much, and I had no idea that they were waiting for me here. I was able to get back to who I was. In fact, not just get back to who I was, but reinvent myself to who I wanted to be in this life, allowing me to feel more aligned than I have ever felt before. I get to be honest about what I actually genuinely want out of a relationship, not in the way of, oh, this looks good, but in the way of how does it make me feel? And through that realization, my standards are now a lot different than they used to be. My life just feels a lot more full and a lot more genuine and authentic to me. And it allows me to get to that point where I look back and go, oh my Christ, like the moment I thought my entire world was crashing down around me, what was actually happening was it was clearing the space so that the universe can give me even better than what I could have imagined for myself. It gave the universe a chance to show me how limited my desires and my ideals from my life could be. And that's the thing, because none of this could have ever taken place unless my old life, every single part of my old life crumbled to the ground. And the first domino effect of that was the breakup. And don't get me wrong, I know I'm painting a pretty picture of it. There were times where it was hard and it was rough and I had no idea how the hell I was gonna figure this out. But I can safely say I am a completely different person than the version of me I was a year and a half ago. And that's the topic for today's video. So how do we get to this place where you become unrecognizable after your breakup in the best way possible for yourself? Because this is not going to be a video on how to get your SP back or make them jealous or trick them into being back with you, because it really has nothing to do with that. It's all about yourself. You do the work on yourself, you put the effort into yourself and the energy into yourself. Everything else that happens is a ripple effect of that. Okay, so let's get into my toolkit for a breakup. Okay, I already spoiled it, but nevertheless, the first step is shifting the focus back to you. Breakups have this nasty way of just making you obsess over the other person. What are they doing? What are they thinking? Where are they going? Who are they hanging out with? But baby, that energy that you're exhausting into that thinking is yours. You need that back for yourself right now. Now, this isn't for everyone, but if I had to be completely open and transparent with you about what I think is the best breakup advice to get, it would be cut contact. Not for them, but for you. Because in doing that, you actually create a bubble of protection around your peace. Stop checking their profiles. Stop posting things that you know you're just doing so that they can go on and see that. It's not about them anymore. This is all about you and you stepping back into your power. And when your mind does start wandering back to thoughts about them, just gently redirect it. And I know that's easier said than done, but in that moment, you are seeking something by thinking those thoughts. So ask yourself, what do you need right now? Because you're seeking something you can give to yourself. You deserve to pour back all that attention, all that care, and all that love that you poured into them back into yourself. Now, we've all been guilty of this, but I promise you, you will thank me for saying this. Stop performing your best life online in hopes that they'll notice it and see it, because it's draining and it's going to keep you stuck. And after all, authenticity is the strongest frequency on this earth, meaning the most magnetic for you to attract exactly what it is that you want. Now is the time that we step into that powerhouse frequency, that powerhouse energy, which brings me on to the next step, which is feel it to heal it. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, this part absolutely sucks. The only way out is through. Cry it out, scream into a pillow, scream into the ocean, scream on the top of a mountain. Journal until your hand cramps. Just let the emotions flow. Every tear, every pang of hurt, sadness, disappointment, let down, all of that is just energy leaving your body. And when we let go of that, we make space for the new. And throughout that process, please just give yourself some grace, give yourself some compassion. Don't judge yourself for having bad days. Healing is not linear at all. So it's okay to feel messy some days and then wake up the next day thinking it's great, only to find out a week later you're absolutely no much further than you thought you were in this healing process. And when those waves of sadness, disappointment, and hurt show up, just remind yourself this is not permanent. It's just part of the process. And yes, I'm not going to stop saying it. It sucks. But I'm here telling you that that process, as shit as it was, as much as it hurt, was the best thing that ever happened to me. Who's to say that's not the case for you? And I get it, it is tempting to just push past that pain. I mean, I'm British. Suppressing emotion for me is just a personality trait at this point. But you really do have to feel it to heal it. Give yourself permission to let it come now. Because if you don't, it's gonna come at some point. And harvesting that negative energy, that sadness, that pain, that hurt, that disappointment in your body for so long, it cannot be good for your body. It cannot be good for you energetically. And it certainly cannot be good for what you go on to call into your life. Which leads me on to my next one, which is create a vision for your new life. Now, this is bittersweet. I know there's probably parts of you that's like, I don't want to reimagine my life without that person. I planned my whole future with this person. And there might be another part of you that's like, holy shit, I get to do this however I want. I'm the freaking creator of my life, so I can pick whatever the hell I want and manifest it? Fuck yes. This is your chance to reimagine everything for yourself. Who do you want to be? What kind of life do you want to live? What kind of life do you want to create for yourself? In fact, write out your wildest dreams. Because if we want to 10x this unrecognizable shit, then let's go big. Write out a really unrealistic, unlogical goal. Get clear as day on what it is you want your life to look like, how you want it to feel, who you want to become, how you want to act, how you want to show up, how you want to look. You're literally creating your own sim character at this point. I don't care whatever perspective you need. This is fun. And the only thing you have to care about is, okay, Is that for me or no? Which is so goddamn empowering. Get clear on what it is you want from your life. How you want the next 6 months to go. How you want the next 12 months to go. Because once you're clear, you can start debunking every single one of those goals you've just written down. You can start breaking them down into smaller stepping stones, which is just going to hand you an action plan on how to get there. So you've essentially just written out your roadmap to get to where you want to be. And then find your rituals. Everyone has a technique that works best for them. During my breakup, I was doing this particular meditation every day, and I was a little bit extra. I mean, I had a lot of things on my plate. So I was visualizing twice a day, maybe 3 times a day with this particular meditation. But in that headspace, I was adamant that many people looked at this part of my life and thought, oh my Christ, this is the worst part of her life. And I was adamant to make sure it was the best thing that happened to me. And that's a powerful part of perspective. That was my intention with the breakup. Set an intention for this breakup. Okay, I want to become the best version of me because of this. Okay, I want to honor myself and finally chase my dreams. Because every single thing you do to keep nurturing this version of you, this intention, you are sending a signal to the universe that you are absolutely ready for more. Because if breakups give you anything, it allows you to sit back and have that moment where you get to ask yourself, okay, what do I actually want out of life? What do I actually want out of a relationship? Was that honestly the best relationship I could have ever had? And let me just remind you, the universe never takes without giving back. Your only job is to make sure that you're ready to receive that. There is a reason that the space is being cleared. Trust me, I'm living proof of it. Okay, next step, which is routine, because I can only imagine that throughout this breakup, your entire routine, your entire schedule has been demolished. And I think that's one of the hardest things to get used to. You know, that horrible feeling when you wake up in the morning and you're not quite realizing what's happened, and then you'll have to remind yourself, okay, no, that happened. God, I hated that part. But you're in a new chapter, it's a blank slate, so build a new rhythm that supports your glow up. Start your mornings with intention. Set out the day for yourself, because when you set an intention, today I'm gonna have a good day. Today I am open to receiving miracles. Today I am open for the universe to show me how good it gets. By setting these intentions, you are directing your energy that way. You're setting your focus that way, your attention that way, and your efforts that way. So what can you do for yourself? It could just be romanticizing making yourself coffee, going on a run, going to the gym. It could be meditation. It could be coloring in a coloring book. Something that just allows you to be with yourself and cultivate good energy within yourself before the rest of the world gets their hands on you. With a breakup, now that you're no longer spending all that time with that person, you have all this free time, which is perfect to invest in yourself. Whether you want to invest that into your learning, whether you want to invest that into friendships, into connections within your life, pick up a new hobby, start going to the gym, start running. I mean, you can literally do all that. But just by focusing on yourself and creating a routine that helps you become 1% better every day, or helps nurture that version of you that you are becoming, imagine where the hell you'll be in a year. And I know when you have all that free time, it can feel scary and lonely, and it can feel a bit confusing because you just don't know what to do with yourself. But you're going to figure out, you'll find stuff that you like, that you want to do. Maybe this breakup happened so that you could figure out what it is that you actually like to do in this life. Maybe the universe had to make you this uncomfortable for you to break free and actually become the version of you it's been waiting on. Which brings me on to the next step, which is elevating your self-concept. We are all in some way or another boxed in by our own self-concept. Who we perceive ourselves to be in this world, how we perceive that we are worthy in this world, where we match up and level up to everyone else around us in society. Now, I'm not saying this is for everyone, but I know after my breakup, my self-concept was awful. I'm not good enough, and being broken up with, it certainly adds to the narrative of that belief. I have nothing, I'm useless, I'm homeless, I'm worthless. And I would read the journal entries that I made a year and a half ago, and I just want to give that version of me a hug, because that's not who I am. That's how I was made to feel because circumstances around me. That was maybe limiting beliefs that I've held my entire life through childhood. But my worth is never related to a man or a relationship or the situation of where I live, and neither does yours. And we need to make a conscious effort to elevate our self-worth, because that's the little magical bugger that's going to make sure everything else in the universe starts co-conspiring for our highest selves. Because to live in abundance, you must first become an abundant person. So let's talk about becoming. If we're becoming that version of you, what is their self-concept? Who are they? How do they think? How do they act? How do they show up every day? How do they dress? What's their style like? How does their energy feel? How do others feel around their energy? Create the perfect self-concept that you desire yourself to have. have. And bit by bit, start embodying that. Repetition is the blueprint to programming a human. The more you do this, the more your subconscious goes on to accept this. I mean, the most important part of any transformation, of any growth, of any expansion in this life is to be consistent. Even when it feels awkward, even when it feels forced, even when it feels fake as shit. In any way you can, in each day that goes by, do your best to embody that version of you want to become. Because let's be honest, we can have the external glow up. We can do our hair, we can get our makeup done, we can get all the treatments done, we can lose weight, we can gain weight. The real glow up has nothing to do with that. It's who you become after it. It's the internal glow up. You finally get into a point in your life where you go, do you know what? I deserve a fucking lot. I am good enough. I am going to take that opportunity. I am going to speak up, and I'm going to speak up confidently. I am going to reject anything that does not feel authentic to me, that makes me act out of character, because I know who I am, I like who I am, and I love who I am. That's the glow up. In fact, I know so many people that glow up so goddamn hard, they look back at their ex and go, I would never choose that now. Okay, so my last step in this is raising your vibration. The universe only communicates us via our energy, so make it a priority. Because right now we want the universe to hear us say, hi, I want more. I deserve more. I am ready for more. Now, when I'm telling you to elevate your energy, that is not me saying practice toxic positivity. No. You're a human. If you want to have a shit day, have a shit day. Spend some time there. That's fine. Just do not unpack and live there. It's about you finding ways to make you feel happy and excited about life. Ways that you authentically smile and cherish those moments. Ways that remind you that you're fucking alive and you have choices. God, you have choices and you have time to figure it all out. It's you putting yourself first and saying, I give myself permission to be happy. Breakups suck, yeah. Breakups are hard, yeah. But they are one of the best catalysts for growth and expansion you'll ever find. As always, thank you so much for watching. And if you made it this far, you are most certainly going through a breakup. And I cannot wait for your glow up. And let me know in the comment sections what's your best breakup advice. You're amazing, you're so capable, and you are so freaking loved. And I cannot wait to see the magic you create. As always, I will see you soon. Mwah.